Welcome back to Leigh Sports Village, where Manchester United are emerging from the half-time interval, where Casey Stoney will have had plenty of positive things to say about her side. They currently lead 1-0 after Ella Toon's 6th minute opener, which was an excellent volleyed finish into the bottom corner after Kristen Press's chip ball into the box. Everton have grown into the game, though. The visitors creating a fair few chances of their own, yet to really trouble Mary Earps in the United goal, but certainly not to be written off as potentially coming back in this second half. And the final day of the Women's Super League season could be a positive one for either of these two sides. Manchester United get us back underway in the second half here at Leigh Sports Village. Manchester United 1, Everton 0 as it stands. And immediately Everton are in quickly to win the ball back in the United half. All the way back to Ricky Sivek. Now across to Finnegan. Here's Gabrielle George, who had an excellent chance in the first half from 8 or 9 yards out after United struggled to deal with an Everton corner. And McIver chips into midfield. It's picked up and given to the captain Zellem. She picks a pass out wide, and now Grunen will have a chance to run and play in Ella Toon. Toon does well to put pressure on the ball, and Ross tries to nip in, but it is cleared away. Turner steps into midfield, but is adjudged to have fouled the opponent. And she leaves Hayley Ruzzo in a heap on the floor, and Everton will have a free kick. Ella Toon getting her 9th goal of the season in the first half. One more today and she'd be in double figures for her WSL tally as Earps steps confidently away from the pressure. And now a chance for Press to get on the ball for the first time in this second period. Passes slightly behind Battle, and Staniforth will try and find Toon. Knocked away for a United throw. Remember, United unbeaten this season all the way up to January. And then what was then a top-of-the-table clash against Chelsea, and they fell to defeat. And they lost 4 of the 10 following that. So they'll be keen to end the season on a high. And at the minute, they're doing just that. But Everton come forwards. Here's Christensen. All the way back into defence, and Ricky Sivek will have time to pick a ball down the right-hand side. It's headed on nicely. Doesn't quite fall for Razzo. And it's not kept in there as appeals for handball, not given, and Jill Scott will pick the ball up here and have a chance to advance forwards. Sorensen back to Sivek. Now Gabrielle George. Ella Toon comes across, but here's Christensen. That's a nice step in from Honor Battle, and now Grunen will need support. She has it in Staniforth. Ross just makes that run in behind. She was right on the line of offside, but the flag stayed down. Sandy McIver was grateful that it was just too heavy for Ross to get on the end of. Walled all the way back to Sivek. Crossfield ball is behind George. Now Sandy McIver. long searching ball towards Claire Emsley, and Mary Earps was indecisive there about coming, and eventually United forced to make the sensible decision, and Amy Turner just gets it clear and out for an Everton throw. But a lack of communication there between the centre-back and the goalkeeper, as Claire Emsley, who was by far and away Everton's most dangerous attacker in the first half, was once again putting pressure on that United defence. This time it's headed clear, and then Press puts her boot through it. George's back pass to McIver, under pressure from Toon. And Press steps in again. And this time Ingrid Wold has done really well to turn away from the attention of both United attackers. It looked like Jane Ross was operating more centrally in the first half, but it seems like Ella Toon has taken up that role in the second, the United number 7. Here's Finnegan for Everton. Into Christensen. Now Jill Scott. That's a great first touch to bring the ball down. Crossfield to Pattinson, who picks out Emsley with a really nice ball, and in towards Sorensen. Well, Kirsty Smith got across well to cover, and eventually Earp could pick up the ball, but Emsley and Sorensen combining again for Everton. Should remind you that a full set of fixtures today, of course, the final day of the Women's Super League season. And at the moment, Chelsea are cantering towards another title. They lead Reading by 2-0, with Manchester City still goalless at West Ham. In fact, City saw a penalty saved in the first half. At the other end of the table, Bristol City all but relegated, now 2-0 down to Brighton and Hove Albion, whereas they needed a win today to secure survival. Whatever happens here, Manchester United will finish 4th, just outside the European places. Everton will finish 5th, their highest position since 2013, as Groningen is brought down. And United win the free kick inside the Everton half, and Millie Turner and Amy Turner begin that long commute forward to the penalty area. A chance for United to get a ball into the box. Lucy Staniforth stands over the ball. And plenty of red figures forwards. Kristen Press is just hanging a bit deeper, way out wide on the left-hand side. And after that slight delay, we will have this United free kick. What can Lucy Staniforth conjure up here? Press makes that run towards the far post. It's in towards Zellem. Defender gets ahead on the ball, and now Everton will try and break away. It's good pressure from Honor Battle, and the ball is out for a throw. Kirsty Smith with the ball in her hands. Millie Turner finds Amy Turner, and that pairing may well be centre defenders, but they see as much of the ball as anyone else on the pitch for United. One back well in midfield, and now Staniforth again. This time it's a searching ball towards Ross. McIver calmly plays it forwards, and Everton persevering with these attempts to play out from the back. And it's helpful when you have a player with the experience and composure of Jill Scott to do just that for you. Here's George with a chance to step into midfield now, which he's done with real confidence, and a cross in from the far side, headed clear by Turner. And McIver is able to come 30 yards out of her goal. Such is the depth of United's defence. Her pass is a little loose, but it's kept on. Back to McIver again. This time forced long. Headed clear by Millie Turner. Of course, Millie Turner, former Everton player. Her current club is getting one over her former one, but a chance now to come forwards for the visitors. The shot is eventually blocked. No appeals for a free kick as the player was brought down on the edge of the box. Everton still have possession though. And it's shifted out wide towards Sorensen, who was hobbling. Scott's done well here. Ball in towards Wold. And the shot does come in, and Earps does eventually get across and clasp it to her chest. And it was a looping effort. And for one horrible moment, you saw Earps just having to make sure that wasn't going to drop in behind her. But in the end, it was a comfortable enough save. Turner's under pressure here, and she's asked a lot of Smith, and Smith has recovered really well to bail out her defensive colleague. This time, Turner's pass is far more accurate, and it sets United on the break. Gernon to Battle. Now Toon. Staniforth picks it up again and has options out wide, and Press comes in field. It's a chipped attempt forward. She can pick it up again on the edge of the box, can Press. She has options inside. The shot's blocked. And it looks like Staniforth will do the honourable thing and stop the game, and we have a player down for Everton in the penalty area. And while treatment is dished out to Jill Scott, who it looks like is down, just to remind you that still no goals in any of the other matches today. Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 0, Birmingham 0, Tottenham 0. And most significantly, West Ham 0, Manchester City 0. City, of course, needing to win that game and hope that Chelsea slip up. But with Chelsea currently 2 up at home, the league title is fast slipping away. United will receive the ball back again. They were camped on the edge of the box when the injury occurred. And Katie Zellem is ever ready to argue her point with the referee. Says the ball should be further forwards, but it seems she's lost that particular battle. United do get us back underway. Here is Millie Turner trying to inject some pace into the side, and Smith is blocked by Ingrid Wold. Smith looks for options from the throw. One of them is Gernon, but it's loose, and Scott can clear and win the throw, much to the satisfaction of her teammates. headed on. And that header is loose, and now it's a chance for Claire Emsley to get in behind. She does shoot, Earps parries. And Staniforth can eventually play it back to her goalkeeper. And this time she does clear. But Amy Turner got the header all wrong, and it allowed Emsley a chance to get in behind and sting the palms of Mary Earps. Here come Everton again. And this time United do get away, and Amy Turner has been fouled. And the pressure is eased. But for a moment there, Claire Emsley looked like she was away. She was just forced wide. And her shot across the face of goal was parried. And luckily for Manchester United, there was no one in an amber shirt to follow in and tap it into the back of the net. Well, two changes for United. Jane Ross and Lucy Staniforth have put in a real shift today. But their race is run. And on comes first Kirsty Hansen. But most significantly for Casey Stoney, on comes Leah Galton, who has been in rehabilitation for ankle ligament damage. And the United manager will be particularly pleased to see her back on the pitch for United before the season's end. And Galton does make a run in behind straight away. The ball just can't quite find her. Jill Scott is forced to give away the throw. United lead by a goal to nil. With a quarter of an hour gone in this second half. Ella Toon's effort early in the first, still the thing that separates these two sides as Galton tries to spin in behind, but the ball will trickle out for a goal kick. And Bristol City have got a goal back against Brighton. So they trail by 2-1. But at the other end of the table, Fran Kirby has scored once again for Chelsea. 3-0 they lead now. And the title race all but concluded. Ball all the way through to Earps. First time clearance is a good one, and it finds Galton, and that's a lovely pass on the turn. She tries to get the return ball from Toon. And then McIver's clearance straight into the face of the United attacker, and now Galton can come forwards. Chance to get a ball in from the wide area. It was almost an own goal there as Everton scrambled to get bodies back. Well, it's out for a United throw, but all over the place from the Everton defence. Toon and Galton are the options. Here is the substitute. Now Heath with the ball towards the far post. It falls for Grunen on the edge of the box. Battle into Hansen, and Hansen is brought down, and United have a free kick in a dangerous area now. And the visitors will make a change before this set piece. And it is Nicolene Sorensen who's being replaced by Lucy Graham. Graham, who scored the winner when these sides met in the League Cup. Brought on to replace Sorensen, who has looked dangerous. The referee makes sure the wall is all in order, and this is a really big chance for United to get a ball in the box. Plenty of bodies forward. Amy Turner and Millie Turner wait. It's in towards Amy Turner. She got her head on the ball. She flicked it goalwards, but she just couldn't guide it to that far post. And Sandy McIver was rooted to the spot, but the ball flashed wide. Well, the first time that United have really threatened from one of those set pieces. And Amy Turner showing that she can be a threat going forwards. United have some defending to do here with Heath's. Scott to Wold. Finnegan crossfield. Now George. She turns Hansen nicely, although Hansen manages to get a foot in. It's cut out and given to Zelem. Given away though, and Everton can come forwards. A chance to shoot from distance is deflected, and it will be a corner. Came off Millie Turner last. And Hayley Razzo trying her luck from distance. And suddenly it's United who have a set piece to defend. Corner comes in, headed clear. Everton do pick up the loose ball, but there were shouts to draw the attention of the referee to a head injury, and the game has been quite rightly stopped. And it looks like some attention will be dished out here. It is Millie Turner who's down. And all the proper checks will be carried out to make sure she's okay to continue. Amy Turner just has an exchange with Mary Earps. And it was Turner just a few minutes ago who, at the other end, got herself into the box for that United free kick, got her head on the ball, and just couldn't get enough on it to direct it goalwards. It means that it's still just United 1, Everton 0. This game very much in the balance. Well, in the meantime, as Millie Turner is assessed, it looks like United will make another change. This time it's Honor Battle who's withdrawn. And Martha Harris, her replacement. Well, good to see that Millie Turner is back on her feet and able to jog to the touchline, and hopefully she'll be able to continue. And Everton will be given the chance to restart here after their set piece was paused with the head injury. Some dispute here with the referee about where and how the ball should be distributed, but we are back underway. And Everton will have to build from the back once again. All the way across to Sevek, and now Wold. Leah Galton tries to put Sevek under pressure, but it's infield. Now Zelem. It's a nice ball to press, and United have numbers forwards here. Here is press. She gets around the attentions of the first defender, but George was covering well and managed to hook that one out for a United throw. The substitute, Martha Harris's first touch of the ball will be with her hands to get this one back in play. She looks for press. Back to Harris again. Now Hansen. She's turned really well there and may have a chance to get something into the box. Tries to find press. It's intercepted. Hansen still battling away, refusing to give up on the ball. And Zellem can give it to Gruenen. And all the way back to Turner. And then Earps will start United going again. Smith. Millie Turner. Smith is available again. Everton putting pressure on the ball. Here's Katie Zellem. It's a nice ball forwards, and it's a really nice turn from press. Zellem again. United slowly inching forwards. This ball is just a bit behind, but Gruenen will pick it up now. Infield to press. Just dropping more central. Look at that footwork to get some space for the shot. It's just flashed wide, but what a goal that would have been. Well, Kristen Press drifted into midfield. And a lovely bit of footwork to make space for the shot, and then from all of 30 yards, she can't have been far away from that bottom corner. Real quality shown by the double World Cup winner. And 60 goals for her country in more than 140 games, and that's the kind of quality she's brought to Manchester United this year. Even when she's not able to get into the game, she shows those little flashes of brilliance which can cause trouble for any defence. Still just 1-0. Well, mixed news at the top of the table, where Manchester City have taken the lead. 1-0 they lead against West Ham, but Chelsea have, in that time, scored a fourth. They're now 4-0 up on Reading. Here is Press again. Becoming more and more involved in this game, seeing more of the ball, and now Harris can come forwards. Chance for United to get a ball in the box. Harris's first time cross is cut out by George. Turner's headed clearance is helped on by Gruenen, but it will be picked up by Christensen. Millie Turner, the deepest of the United outfield players, fully recovered from that knock earlier on. And it's a nice ball towards Leah Galton, who's got in behind. And that's really good defending to not only stop the cross from coming in, but to win the ball back, prevent the corner, and knock it out for a United throw. Into press. Now Galton back to Smith, and it will be brought back for an offside. Slightly sloppy from United, but they have looked the more dangerous side in this last 10 or so minutes. More likely to add to their lead than to let it slip. But we know that this Everton team can always cause problems. Finnegan is forced to release the ball under pressure from Hansen. Now a long ball is headed only half clear by Millie Turner. Pattinson out wide to Emsley. And there's appeals for handball there as the cross came in. It was outside the area anyway. And Martha Harris walks away nonchalantly, and it will just be an Everton corner. Emsley will go across to take. And there are 9 Everton bodies forwards. And they're really pushing for this equaliser. Ball in towards the far post, and it's gone all the way through. And that's a disappointing delivery when so many defenders and midfielders had made their way forwards. Half an hour gone in this second half. Still Manchester United 1, Everton 0. Ella Toon's goal separating the two sides. A really nicely executed half volley into the bottom corner from Kristen Press's delivery. Groenen is forced to turn and release the ball, and Everton have won it back. Scott somehow manages to keep the ball, and then Harris is in really late on Izzy Christensen. It will be an Everton free kick. Well, we saw in the first half how dangerous Everton could be from set pieces. Another chance to get a ball in here, but they'll make a change first of all. And it will be Poppy Pattinson who's withdrawn. And she's worked as hard as she could down that side. But Valerie Gauvin is brought on to replace her. And Gauvin immediately makes her way into the penalty area and is another option for this Everton delivery. Ball in towards the far post. Earps can't get there, and it went all the way through. And Ricky Savek tried to get something on the end, but she couldn't guide it back goalwards. It looks like Earps was hurt in the process of trying to come out and claim that ball. But for the second time in this game, she looked vulnerable when those crosses came in. Whereas minutes ago it was Millie Turner who was down and Mary Earps barking out instructions. The roles have been reversed here, and Earps will get some treatment, while Millie Turner just communicates with her teammates and hopes that her goalkeeper will be fine to continue. Both sides having shuffled the pack now. And Valerie Gauvin, who just came on for Everton, the 24-year-old French international, scored the winning goal against Brazil at the World Cup in 2019. Hugely experienced. And Willie Kirk will hope that she can offer them a route back into this game. Earps is back on her feet and clips the ball through to Zellem. It will be a United throw. Smith looks for options. Zellem is one of them. So is Galton. So is Press. So is Toon. It is eventually Galton down the line, but it's out for another throw. Hooked clear. Here's Jackie Groenen. Turner's pass is loose. She gets a second attempt, but this time she fires it at Smith, and Everton can reclaim the ball through Christensen. One back nicely by Smith. It will be a United throw once again, but the referee has penalised Galton. And there's confusion from both sets of players, but it looks like it'll be an Everton free kick. Quarter of an hour remain, plus added time. And as it stands, United will continue their 100% record against Everton in the Women's Super League. One of only two sides to have beaten Everton every time they've played in this competition, the other being Manchester City. And perhaps a final roll of the dice here from Willie Kirk. And Ingrid Wold is withdrawn, the defender. And on comes the very much attack-minded Alicia Lehmann. On loan from West Ham, the 22-year-old. And she'll look to slot right in that Everton attack and really try and force an equaliser in this game. Scott gets up well. It's a nice flick round the corner to release Lehmann, who's just come on. Ball into the penalty area. Grunen can hook it away. Well, she'd only been on the pitch for 10 seconds, but United certainly know she's there. Here's Scott. Back to Sevek, and now all the way across. Chance to get a ball in the box. This one's a bit too close to the near post, and Turner slides across, but it will be a corner. Can Manchester United keep this Everton set piece out? They've struggled in the past. In towards the far post. Straight up in the air. George battles away for it, but Press can volley it clear, and the referee eventually blows in United's favour. Can hear Willie Kirk shouting to his attackers higher. He wants them to push this United side when they're on the ball. Zelem tries to find Press. McIver is under pressure and forced to clear. It's headed forwards by a United defender, but it will be an Everton throw. George trots across to take it. Here's Scott. Galton's done well to charge the ball down, and Scott lost it for a moment, but Christensen will mop up for Everton. Forced backwards by United. But it's picked up here by Galton, and now Press. She just delays the pass slightly, and Everton managed to get bodies back. And Turner's forced all the way back to Earps. Here's Zelem. Toon back to Zelem, and the first time ball out wide, and Smith is in space. She's got Galton ahead of her. Here is the substitute, Leah Galton, crossing towards the far post. Kirsty Hansen was coming in, but it was just too high for her. Won back well by Harris, and now Groenen. Here's the goal scorer, Toon. Tries to get a cross in, blocked by Scott. Toon again with the cross towards Galton at the far post. Press can't recover the ball, but she gets a foot in. Chelsea 5, Reading 0 is the latest score. At the top of the table. So while Manchester City are winning, Chelsea will lift the title this year. And Bristol City will go the other way and bow out of the Women's Super League as the ball is hooked to the far side. Picked up by Razzo. Smith tries to stop the cross from coming in, but she gets one anyway. Hooked clear by Groenen. Christensen. Earps will come for that one. She doesn't commit to it, and Groenen will have to try and bring the ball out again. It's really good defensive work from Lucy Graham to stop the break. Well, United, for all their attacking endeavour, have failed to turn it into a second goal. Casey Stoney has spoken about the need to take their chances while they're on top, but just a one-goal lead here. Perhaps their inconsistency in front of goal, something that may have held them back this season. But here comes Leah Galton with a chance to advance on the Everton defence. Ball is slightly loose. Picked up again by Groenen. Groenen does well to beat the defender and can get a cross in here, but there are no bodies in the box. Zellam's pass is cut out. Martha Harris now. Harris again. Zellam does well to get a foot in. The referee plays the advantage, and a chance for Hansen to get a ball in now. Toon and Press are in the box. Here's Hansen again. Lays it off for Toon, makes space for the shot. And it was always curling just wide. Ella Toon looking for her second goal of the game. She found space on the edge of the area. She was picked out, and she tried to place it in that top corner. But in the end, didn't get enough on it, and it just curled wide of the post. Galton into Smith. This time the block forces it behind for a corner. Can United get that second goal to make the 3 points comfortable, or will Everton provide one last sting in the tail in United's season and snatch an equaliser? Another chance for United to get a ball in the box. Plenty of bodies forwards. Cross in towards the keeper, and it is headed home. And United do get that second goal, and it's the substitute, Kirsty Hansen. It was such an inviting ball in. And all Hansen had to do was hold off the attentions of the defender and nod it home from 2 or 3 yards. And Everton have really huffed and puffed in this second half, but it looks like Man United will come away with all 3 points. Manchester United 2, Everton 0. And perhaps the cue that for Casey Stoney to make another change. And Jess Sigsworth will be brought on for the remainder of this game. And Kristen Press gets a standing ovation from Casey Stoney. She's not got herself on the score sheet this afternoon, but she's put in a real shift. She's worked hard. She had one wonderful attempt from 30 yards out that just flashed wide. And with the 3 points all but secured, a satisfying afternoon for the American international. Can United get a third now? Here is the substitute Sigsworth. She's just come on, she's brought down. And the Everton defender could be in real trouble here because Jess Sigsworth was bursting through. Well, protests are plenty. But with Sigsworth advancing on goal, there are no real complaints to be had. And I think United's second goal perhaps making their protests slightly less emphatic than they might well have been. A chance for a final attempt at goal as we enter stoppage time. Katie Zellem stands over the ball. Katie Zellem, the United captain. What can she do here from all of 30 yards out? Zellem does shoot. And this one wasn't troubling Sandy McIver, who gets on with the goal kick. But the referee has seen something she didn't like, Louise Saunders. And we'll bring it back again. Cleared by Turner. Appeals for offside, but the cross does come in and Earps just manages to palm it away. And with just seconds remaining, they'll be keen to hold on to a clean sheet here, United, to end the season in style. Corner. Graham will get it here. Shot is deflected. It's hooked clear. Here's Grunin in midfield. United perhaps looking to put the icing on the cake with a third goal. And Leah Galton just can't quite get her boot to the ball. She's kept it in. There will be a